Okay, so my last video that I did with my Nilla Rolo bites was an absolute hit. So I decided to come back and try it with some other types of candy to see how that works for these amazing little bite-sized treats. So I'm going to try the Reese's Mini Unwrapped. I have Rolos again to show you how to do that. And then I'm going to try some Hershey Kisses. And I'm going to try, actually, I just thought I'm going to try some with an M&M just to see how that works. Okay, so this is kind of an experiment, but these are going to be so good. So you need the mini Nilla wafers. Okay, so we're going to put these out like that. Okay, but we're going to put the flat side up. Okay, we have our oven at 350 degrees. Okay, so the Rolo ones I already did a video on. Okay, so we're going to try the Kisses. I'm going to do 3 of each. 3 of each. And the Rolo ones were like big time popular. My kids loved them. So this is 3 different ways to do these little chocolate mini bites. So these are Rolos. Okay, and then I tried to find the mini York Peppermint Patties, thinking that those would be really good in here. I can't find them. They're completely sold out of every store within like 40 miles of us, and I'm not driving an hour to go buy mini York. I don't even like mint very much. So, and then I've got the Reese's, but I went with the Unwrapped, which I found Unwrapped. If anybody's interested, they're just like little baby Reese's. Okay, so we're going to do 3 of these. Okay, and then we're going to do 3 M&Ms. Okay, I've got the oven set at, we're going to try the M&Ms too. The oven is set at 350 degrees. These are going to go in the oven for 90 seconds exactly. And then I'm going to show you what we do. Okay, so we've got the cute little bites here. So I've got Hershey's Kisses, Rolos, Reese's, and an M&M. So this is kind of an experiment. I already know the Rolos are amazing. So I'm just trying another, oh, sorry, that's squeaky. I'm going to put that in there. Okay, exactly 90 seconds. So I've got, hold on. I have my timer on for a cranberry cake, so I got to make sure I only do 90 seconds. Okay, so I've got 1 minute to talk. Okay, so then when they come out, we're going to take the Nilla cracker and we're going to smash it down on top of the candy and create a little, basically a little chocolate sandwich. Okay, and then I'm going to put them in the refrigerator to cool, refrigerator or freezer, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to dip them in chocolate and let them dry. So I'm going to have to pause my video while they're in the refrigerator because I don't think you want to sit here and listen to me for 20 minutes or something while they cool off. But these were like an absolute hit. And so I had so many people comment on my Nilla Rolo bites that they were interested in trying to see what other candies look like in them. So that's why I'm doing this video. I thought it would be just a really fun, cute little experiment to do. I did have to make a special store run for the Reese's ones, but I'm sure these will get eaten here. Especially we have a lot of people coming next weekend for Christmas activities. So, okay, so we've got, 15 seconds. We wanted to do exactly. So I'm going to get my Nillas out, ready to go. I'm just going to put them, don't use the broken ones. We'll use those for something else. Banana pudding. A lot of people suggested banana pudding. Okay, we're at our 90 seconds. We'll pull those out. Okay, you obviously, whoops, I got to put them on something. You obviously do not want to completely melt everything. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So I had one of the Rolos fall over. So we're going to fix that one right away. And then put a little patty on there. Okay, so what we're doing is we're going to, ooh, the M&Ms might work because but you're going to like smash them down a little bit. Okay. Ooh, those look perfect. You see how they just melt like that? Okay, those were easy. The Rolos are amazing. You can see that. Okay, now the Hershey Kisses I was curious about to see if they melt. Oh, they did. Look at, they melted in 90 seconds. So I only had one tip over, which was actually pretty good. All right, so this is what our experiment looks like as of right now. Hershey's Kisses, the Rolos, the Reese's, and then an M&M. Now the M&Ms, I kind of feel like I would put 2 of them in, but they did squish nice in there. Okay, so we're gonna let these cool. I'm going to put them in the refrigerator or the freezer just to, so that when I go to, I gotta let the insides harden before we coat them with milk chocolate, and then I'll be back and then we'll cut them open and we'll see what they look like. We got a nice science experiment going. Okay, 20 minutes later, our little bite things have been in the refrigerator, or you can put them in the freezer if you kind of want to hurry them along. So M&Ms, we've got our Rolos, we've got our Reese's, and our Hershey Kisses, and then, and the Hershey Kisses. So we've got all 4 of the ones we're experimenting with. So now I'm going to take chocolate, the Ghirardelli chocolate wafer mixes. You can use the Aldi ones too. I just happen to have some of these left. And we're going to do these melts. I'm not quite sure how many I'm going to need because I don't have that many. Okay, so 30 seconds. So I would say with my experiment, if you're going to do M&Ms, I'd put 2 M&Ms in there. It's just a little bit thin on the chocolate. Everything else looks absolutely perfect. So I'll give you a real close. This is the Hershey Kiss. See, look how perfect that looks in there. And then we're going to cut into them so I can show you what the inside looks like. The Rolo. And then this one is the Reese's. That one's probably going to be really good. All right. Okay, so we'll get these coated. I don't have any more glass containers to show you the inside, so I'm using just a regular bowl. And I'm not going to have enough chocolate, so I'm going to add some more. We'll just use the rest of those up. I thought I was going to have enough in there, but I'm not. Okay, so 30 more seconds. This is such a fun little thing. Kids absolutely love these. And actually, I think a lot of adults love them too. I've seen a lot of people making these to throw on like charcuterie boards. It's just something a little different on their Christmas cookies. Super, super fun idea. So I had somebody ask me too if you could use a regular size vanilla wafer. You could, but then it's not bite size anymore. So you can't just pop it in your mouth and eat one. Then you got to like actually bite into it. I don't know if I'd want to do that with a hard candy. You know, we don't want to break your teeth. Okay, so it usually takes 30 to 45 seconds for it to be completely melted. So we got that good. All right, so now we're going to take a fork. And I'm going to try to keep these in the same order so I remember which one's which. So then we're just going to dunk them in the melting chocolate like that and just set them right back on. So I'm going to do all of these. Just a couple taps along the side gets the extra off. And then we're going to put them back in the refrigerator or the freezer to set the chocolate. And then I'm going to show you when I cut into them what they look like. Super, super simple. And this Ghirardelli chocolate is by far the best stuff that you can buy. I only bought one of them this year because I've been usually buying the Aldi's ones, but it definitely is the better chocolate. And the nice thing is these Nilla crackers just like hold up so well in the chocolate. Got 3 left, and I'm going to put them back in the refrigerator. If you wanted to dress them up even more, you could probably put some sprinkles on them. I think I am not going to do that. Keep them nice and just plain chocolatey. All right, there you go. Okay, we're gonna put them back in the fridge, and those are set, and then we're gonna cut into them next, and I'm gonna show you what they look like. Okay, last video of the day, and this is our little candy bites that we're doing. Okay, so I'm gonna cut into the inside of these and show you what they look like. So I think this one was the Hershey Kiss. So I'm gonna cut into it so you can see what the insides look like. Okay, Hershey Kiss. Okay, this next one, I believe is the Rolo. Yep, because that one definitely looks like Rolo in the middle. Okay, next one, Reese's. Yum. The Reese's, a little bit thinner, and the M&M. Okay, the M&M, probably could have used 2 in there. So anyway, these are just cute little bite-sized, yummy things of joy. Oh, you're gonna love these. So anyway, that was our experiment. Look how perfectly perfect those are. Love them. Hope you enjoyed this.